I have no morality. Hello, I'm on camera, I'm saying this. I have no morality.
So morality is just that, it's a first step towards insanity. Morality has become an important thing in the society because people have forsaken their humanity. If your humanity was alive and active, you would not need any morality. People have put their humanity to sleep and trying to behave like human beings with morality, and it's not working, because everybody will come up with his own morality. Instead of trying to be right, why don't people try to be sensible? We need some sense in the planet. These righteous people are always a trouble. Once you have a strong set of morals, you will see nobody in the world is all right. If nobody in the world is okay, you have a psychological problem. The first sign of psychological imbalance is you start thinking nobody is okay. So morality is just that, it's a first step towards insanity. You just have to stretch it. If you stretch it, you will go there. Maybe you won't stretch it that far, you're willing to bend it, so you manage. These are substitutes for humanity. Why is it our education systems, our social mechanisms, we are not doing enough to stir up humanity in a human being. We are trying to fix it with morality, and it's never worked. All we will do is divide people into different kind of moral sects, and they will always fight, because nobody can fit into your morality, because even you don't fit in actually, unless you are smart enough to subvert it secretly. Do you understand? Otherwise, it doesn't work, because morality will not just stick to your profession, it will enter every aspect of your life. Once you start thinking, what is the right thing to do in my profession, you will also think what is the right thing to do on all levels of life, isn't it? Once you start thinking, this is the right thing, and somebody else thinks that is the right thing, there is going to be a conflict and a constant conflict. If you stir up the humanity within you, you will do the most sensible thing that's needed for that moment, and that's all that matters, that your actions are in context with the realities in which you exist. And the context is always changing. If you don't change according to that, people who are moralistic are always looking archaic for the new generation of people, isn't it? They wonder why this guy is still alive. Yes, if you're very moralistic, even your children will wonder, why are you still alive? Because you look like you're from somewhere else. So what is the most sensible thing to do? What brings well-being to you and everybody around you? This is all one needs to look at constantly. Is there some way to fix it? There is no way to fix it. We have to be alive to it. We have to be alive to it every moment. And as the context changes, what we do has to change. Morality and mortality are not very different.
The basis of my integrity is my humanity. I don't trust morality, because people who think they're morally correct have done the most horrendous things on this planet.
Because one fundamental ingredient is missing. Instead of getting to it, it tries to invent so many things. Various types of moralities, various ideas of virtue and sin, all these things have been invented by human mind just to fill that one slot which has not been filled, that is, to be in connection with the divine which is throbbing within us. Because that one thing is missing, we are trying to make it up with so many things. What is virtue, what is sin? If you go about debating, I'm sure each individual have his own sense of what is virtue and what is sin, of course according to his convenience. All this is just a circus that the mind is doing simply because the conscious contact with that which is the basis of who you are has not been established. Because to cover that one lacking, we have invented so many things. All this is just a cover-up job. Being moralistic means, to be in morality means you are in pretension of spirituality. What should have naturally occurred, you are trying to act it out. If you were a flower that blossomed, fragrance would naturally come. Because you're a plastic flower, now you're trying to spray. You spray today, in an hour's time, again it's gone. Morality is a big circus. With great difficulty, people are being moral, isn't it? No? With great difficulty. Oh, is it enough if I'm just here as life, I may become immoral, I may kill this person, I may rob this person, I may do harm to this person. Yes, if you sit here just as a body, it is very much possible. The moment you get hungry, you may pounce on the person next to you and start eating him or her. Possible. If you sit here just as a body, it is possible. If you sit here just as a mind, it is very much possible, depending upon what kind of content you have taken into your mind, accordingly you may do so many things. But if you sit here and reverberate as just life, the question of harming another life will never occur to you. Nobody has to tell you, do not harm, do not do this, do not do that. Only if you're here as a body or as a mind, then somebody has to tell you, don't pounce on somebody.
Your morality will not involve you if you begin to recognize life as life. Then you will see, as life you respond to life and you don't need morals. You know how to be. You will never cross any lines because there are no lines, but at the same time, you are simply incapable of doing anything harmful, that's all. You're not holding back, you're not controlling because somebody told you this is the way you must be, you should not do that, you should not do this. The very way you are, there is no question of harm. It doesn't exist in you.
This is one video by Sadhguru which I struggle to digest. Him talking about morality. Why is this the case? Because I was introduced to spirituality by the Buddha. And the Buddha taught morality very strongly. In fact, maybe out of all the religions, he taught morality the best and the most intense way. And also in the most scientifically accurate way. The Buddha said that morality can be encompassed in 5 things, which is do not kill living beings, so not to kill living beings, not to steal things from others, not to lie, not to misuse your sexual energy, and not to intoxicate your mind. When I first heard this, when I was 19 years old, at a 10-day Vipassana silent meditation retreat, I was hooked, I was convinced. I felt like I just heard the laws of the universe speak to me. And I knew that I would carry these principles or these rules or these training rules pretty much for the rest of my life. During that 10-day meditation retreat, I also understood very deeply that any time that I do these 5 things, that I kill, steal, lie, misuse my sexual energy or intoxicate my mind, it hurts quite badly. It's very painful. Like, for example, killing mosquitoes, it leaves an impression on your mind, on your heart, and it hurts. So, not the best thing for you to do, to go out, kill, steal, lie. And lying is the most difficult to overcome. It's the most nefarious because it's the easiest one to do. It's so simple, lying. It's not a physical action, a bodily action like stealing, which involves so many things, or killing, which also is a physical action. But lying is so simple, and the apparent consequences of lying are so beneficial. Like, for example, you can ask me a question with one simple lie, I can deter you from pursuing me if what I did was somehow detrimental or whatever. You understand what I'm saying. So with just uttering some words, I can change your reality, I can change the external reality, I can avoid detection, I can avoid getting into trouble, so many positive things. But when you lie, you entangle your mind. That's the only thing. Sadhguru has given this example many times in the past. He said that, let's say there was a man that wants to do the most amount of harm to people. And there was an auditorium filled with people. And then he goes up to you and says, hey, is this auditorium full or empty? What would you say? Oh yeah, it's full, I'm going to be truthful and honest. Well, no, that's not the wise thing to do. That's not the sensible thing to do. The sensible thing to do is say, no, absolutely not. It's empty. You're better off going somewhere else. So these examples are so tiny. You know, like, when is it justified to kill someone? Well, we can discuss this logically, but the chances of you encountering that are so minuscule. versus you getting angry, versus you getting agitated and going out and injuring somebody or hurting somebody or killing somebody. That does happen. Maybe not to you, because you're a spiritually inclined person, you're watching this YouTube channel, but it does happen to a lot of people. A lot of people go out and do crimes against humanity, just willy-nilly. So the Buddha's morality is training rules. They're training precepts. It is, like Sadhguru says, if you don't have consciousness within you, if you don't have sensibility within you, if you don't have humanity within you, then you need these rules. And I definitely needed these rules. If I didn't find these rules, first of all, it takes so long for you to actually dig into yourself and realize these things experientially for yourself. It was much wiser for me to learn this from a wise teacher, the Buddha, and for me to take it on. Okay, I'm not going to do these things. And my friends, the Buddha went on to say that people that don't kill, steal, lie, misuse sexual energy, intoxicate your mind, this is like a purification of the mind. And you do this for long enough, you will become like a light being, an angelic being, a holy being, like I am. So I can attribute to my life success, my ease of life, my so many beneficial effects of my life, to the fact that I have not done these 5 things for a long time. And my friends, even for lifetimes, I've undertaken these training rules. So the Sadhguru makes it sound like, oh, I don't want to say anything bad about Sadhguru, because that man is 100 times or more than I am. Yet this is one of the things that I'm very confused about. I'm not confused about the things that he says. It's generally like 99% of the things he says is like, so okay, I'll do it instantly. This is weird because, as I said, this is training rules. These are training rules. And, well, okay, you have humanity, you have consciousness, you have something. Does it mean to say you can go out and injure life and hurt life? Well, Sadhguru in this video says that no, that doesn't mean that at all. You have sensibility, and also you have such a deep connection to life that you can never go and hurt somebody. So that's good. That's good to say, or it's good to hear. If you're a human being, you're living this life, even if you are super conscious and whatever, don't let this be an excuse. Oh, I'm conscious, I'm going to lie. Or I'm conscious, I'm going to take something that's not mine, I'm going to steal. Oh, I'm conscious, a mosquito lands on me, I'm going to kill it. No, that doesn't work like that. You're going to punish. You're going to be punished. You're going to suffer by some God, by some Buddha, or Jesus Christ, or Sadhguru, or something else. No, you yourself are punishing yourself. You kill something, you cannot kill anything without first a harmful intention, unless it's some super small percentage of something is trying to kill you and you kill it. Okay, we get it. Okay, yeah. That's not reality for most of the time. A mosquito lands on you, it bites you, or you're agitated, then the next time you kill it. That's not fair. You have no right to kill anything, because it's not your life. You didn't create this life. You kill life, you instantly like darken your heart. That's how I see it. I've killed mosquitoes a few times in my life after I came in contact with the Buddha's teachings at 19. I'm 29 now. It's been 10 years. So one day I was intoxicated, funny enough, with some things that grew out of the ground. And after I was coming down, I saw a mosquito land on me, and I thought to myself, what's the big deal? I'm much more powerful than this thing. I'm like, my intelligence level is 1,000,000 times full than this little mosquito. I'm going to kill it because it's just a law of evolution. And I killed it. Ooh, I shut down my heart's vibrance just a tad bit, and I realized, oh, I can't do this. So this is just the laws of nature. This is how it goes. Does this mean that you can transcend this? I'm sure there are tantric practices where you can go about doing all kinds of weird things, but it's just, I don't think you can. It's not going to work. So to finalize, and in short, keep the 5 moral precepts, be moral, okay? I will say something directly against what Sadhguru is saying. Don't kill living beings, don't steal from others, don't lie, don't misuse your sexual energy, and don't intoxicate your mind. This is a perfect recipe for well-being and avoiding pain in your life. If you want pain, you go and do these 5 things, you kill, steal, lie. If you don't want pain, you avoid these things, and you'll see how effortlessly your life is going to progress.